Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Edain Mod. Today we're playing as Angmar. But not just any kind of Angmar. We're playing a special kind of Angmar. Not special to the map, but special because of the hero we can get. Agandaur. He's a custom created hero I have just made, very recently. And I'm going to test him out on the Edain Mod because I want to make it a bit challenging for myself, forgetting that there are not many settlements close to your base on the Edain Mod. So if we're against a very aggressive faction, we're going to be in for a rough time. So I'm going to try and ignore everything, try and find the troll, beat up the troll. In fact, the troll's up north. I'm going to find this troll, beat up the troll, get some money, and start working with that. So, Agandaur. His abilities, I gave him Slayer, Descent, Deathbringer, Leadership, and Invulnerability. I want to try and make him as close to as lore-friendly as he is in the War in the North game. And most of what he does is just damage, in a way. He has summons, technically. He summons a giant troll every now and again. No, he just summons a troll and a bunch of lightning, which unfortunately I don't have access to lightning, so I've just gone with this. He's very damage and health driven. He's not an ability specialist. His abilities are kind of there to make him look impressive. But the Slayer ability is the first center of his build, and the second center is invulnerability. That's the ability that you get to use a lot in the late game, and it does do wonders when you get it to level 10 and you use invulnerability.
Noble brother knows.
So who are we up against? I do not know because they've not attacked us yet.
My methods, friend.
Which means they're smart, and that's not good. Means they might be focusing layers instead of focusing me, so they're making money. Or some lodges and they don't know what they're doing. That could also be the thing.
We finished that one. The time for talk.
But yeah, Slayer starts with just 20% damage and gets 20% armor. We're up against Angmar. Shit. Shit. No. Anything but Angmar. I would have selected anything but Angmar.
The time for talk has truly passed. You all look alike to me. Our forces are under attack. Struggle if you like.
I would have accepted any other faction other than Angmar. Why did it have to be Angmar?
Look alike to me. Great work. The time for talk has truly passed.
Get out of here.
Noble brother knows.
So I'm going to use Descent.
Who shall I bring to none?
Have them fight each other.
Does not matter. Who is right?
Use Slayer just to give him some extra damage and armor.
Deserved death. I speak with the Witch King's voice. You will come to your
Still taking a lot of damage though. Jesus Christ.
My master has ordered it. Great work.
You can take this, scum.
Battle is joy.
Oh, there goes one unit.
Great work.
We've still got both of our Thrall Masters, so if we keep these two alive, they will come back as full
The time
units.
for talk
I am the
has
fifth of
truly
Angmar.
passed.
I can bring thralls to command. Pay attention, scum.
They just take a little bit longer than most units to recover.
May your blade
Gundabad
always
units
strike
recover very
true. Is
quickly.
it your brother?
It's this gimmick
My
that they
master has
recover
ordered
very
it.
quickly.
No back talk, worms.
Yes, let them sit in the back and heal.
It does
We get the money from this lair so we can keep spamming the troops.
I come to command. I bring filthy spearmen
And I didn't
from
want
the
to do
hill.
that.
You'll do as you're told.
You join the
Our
main
new
force.
building is ready.
May your blade always strike true. We welcome
Our forces have spotted the enemy.
Fall back.
Our forces
Shit.
are under
AI
attack.
cheats, so they just got their powers really quickly.
Work or you'll be thrown to the wolves.
Stay back. Stay back. I don't need you now.
No back talk, worms.
one unit's got stuck in stasis, I think. Now, got Deathbringer, so enemy's defense and armor is reduced by 20%, and when we get leadership, it's boosted by 20%. But our troops are, not the enemies. That'd be pretty bad if we boosted, if we made our enemies stronger. Get you out of there, Agandaur. Kill that Thrall Master before he has time to summon the troops. The time for talk has truly passed.
Brother knows. You will come to appreciate my methods, friend. The time for talk has truly passed.
I'm just going to cancel this so I can get an early Quoldar. That should make a big difference.
You will come to appreciate my methods, friend.
We don't have enough resources
Come on.
for that.
There we go.
Great
Our
warrior.
resources are in
May your
danger.
blade always strike true.
Oh, Goblin Lairs, you beautiful bastards! You know how to treat me right. And now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Who is
Battle is joined.
Oh, a Thrall Master died. Was it ours or was it theirs? I do not know. All I know is a Thrall Master died.
Our forces have spotted the enemy. I am the brigand.
I am the Brigand. Now level up so we can make our Thralls even stronger.
The time for talk has truly passed. Struggle if you like. Glory to you, noble brother knows. May your
I build this, it's
blade
going to
always
destroy it, and it's not going to be a good waste of money, so we won't do
Or
that.
it's the thrall hordes for you.
I do want, yeah, get the
Get ready to
upgrade
build.
for
I
the
speak with the
Forge.
Witch King Larger.
Who is
Who shall I bring to our banner? The enemy is here.
you
Take this settlement.
are to die?
They've got Zavfagor and
Our forces are under
Quoldar. Oh dear, that's a lot.
No back talk, worms.
That's a lot, and I don't have a way to counter it.
Great warrior.
Well, we've now got extra damage and armor for our troops, even though we already have. That's a Barrow White. Run, run!
Pay attention, scum. We got it.
And the axe throwers kill it from range.
Honor is for the weak, Sarnia. Ransack the building. Pick it up, you layabouts.
You can destroy that Barrow White lair. That'd be great. But they've also got Men of Carn Dum, so probably not. Not yet, anyway. Time will tell what we can do and what we cannot do.
We're done with that one.
Okay.
We're going to destroy our mills.
Yeah, Horlo's just attacking us on his own. It's annoying. Kind of want to stop it. I have 3 power points. I should be spending them. Getting closer to the traitors. Just throw the land
The
out
time
right.
for talk has truly passed.
Oh, they've already got troops on me.
I bathe in their blood. Our resources are in danger.
Come on, save the resources. Save the resources. The resources.
Is it your brother? You all look alike to me.
The Dermoth.
Time for talk has truly passed. You will
Oh, and Zaphagor's there as well. Should probably
you
keep away from Zaphagor.
get back to my methods, friend. Great warrior. May your blade always strike true.
Yeah, fall back, fall back, fall way back. Kill Dermoth, then fall back.
I am the fist of Angmar.
Okay, Zaphagor's not doing smart things.
I can bring thrall to command. The blood is starting to spill.
Zaphagor's not doing very smart things. I'm going to exploit that.
Work, or it's the thrall hordes for you.
Oh, they blighted me.
My methods, friend. It does not.
I speak with the Witch King's voice. Who shall I bring to our banner?
I think I'm going to go back into that plague, do you?
Deserve death.
Do you think that lowly of me? If so, I feel insulted. Oh. At least I know with Angmar I don't need to build pikemen. At least I know I don't need pikemen.
The time for talk has truly passed.
Can't save the building, but I can just rebuild it. That's good, I guess. Build my own obelisk.
Fighting has begun.
My...
The enemy has reached our camp. Check your pockets.
Who is right?
I am the fist of Angmar.
Nothing too quick.
I can bring thralls to command.
Yeah, I don't want to invest into men of Carn Dum yet. It's too early for that. Just a bit too early.
We welcome Goblin scum.
We'll be able to soon though. Very soon. At least they're blighting that and not my base where they could be affecting more buildings.
The enemy's in our camp.
I'll take my wins where I can.
The time for talk has truly passed.
Take their heads.
You will come to appreciate my we're done with that one. Nothing too quick.
Alright, another Hillman camp.
Does not matter who is right, only who wins.
Our new building is complete. Get back to work.
Let's get this to tier 3 so I can get my upgrades. Get another smelter, helter smelter.
Our resources are in danger.
Are they sieging me by any chance? Yeah, but they are making their own fights. Oh, they want to solve me! No, 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 that's bad. That's really bad. Oh, wait, isn't that bad? They didn't nerf it. I can't remember.
The time for
Well, no one died, so that's the main thing. And yet they do have siege. Gotta get rid of that. Now they threw down the snowy land.
our enemies deserve death.
The fighting has begun.
Now it's extra damage with the same amount of armor. There we go.
The
Put
time
that
for
down.
talk has truly passed.
Oh, that's not got a unit attached to it. Let's change that. Get Monomorph. Monomorph is a good reason why you should. Is a good thing to get. Is a good hero to get before going full Black Numenorian, just because of its level 7 ability, where you can reduce the cost of every unit of Carn Dum, men of Carn Dum from the building you give an edict to. It's really good. Gonna keep on Hillman villagers.
The time for talk has truly passed.
In fact, I'm going to fall back for a bit and heal. For those that didn't know, if you press S when moving units,
Great warrior.
if they're missing entities and have banner carriers or thrall masters in this case, if you press S, it accelerates the time of their first regen. Once they get the first regen, they then start regenning quicker. Because sometimes I've noticed when I've been playing that I would have the banner carrier, but the unit would not actually regenerate over time.
Great warrior.
Not sure if it's happened to anyone else or if they knew about that, but I just thought I'd just give a little bit of knowledge while we get Derm off.
The time for talk has truly passed.
Spotted the enemy's camp.
You are my prisoner.
Honestly, this AI hasn't been aggressive, but they haven't been exactly quiet either. Because they've been dealing with a lot of enemy layers. This map is choked full of layers. There's trolls, goblins, barrow wights. Not many maps have that much. That's also this small. And we have also been very quickly managing enemy units when they have turned up.
Glory to you, noble brother in arms.
No back
Yeah, in some battles you can very easily win because the AI seems to and I say this very loosely, seems to be doing nothing. When in actuality, they're doing a lot of little things, but if you have the right counters to them at the right time, then you'll have no trouble beating them. But there could be some times where you try to do something, but then if something happens, like game cuts out for a second, or you don't pay attention to a certain thing happening around you, you can end up just losing the game from one silly mistake. They have made that less. They have made that happen less, but on castle maps, it's a lot more noticeable than it is on camp maps. That's just my observation, anyway. I know for some people it is different, just on their own different playstyles. But with my specific playstyle, I go very all in on one thing, and if it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, then I need something to counter this, like for example, siege. Siege are one of the few things I really struggle with, just because the only way to really counter them is having fast units. And against Angmar, who make predominantly pikemen and axe throwers, which are actually really good against cavalry, you will struggle beating them. It is not easy. Not easy in the slightest to try and beat Angmar. As I've said in my recent stream, they are the hardest faction to play against in the game if you are not prepared. Because their archers are the most powerful. Their early game archers are the most powerful early game archers in the game, just for the fact that they can deal massive increases in damage because of the hillman damage increase to the hillman village. If they get 5-6 settlements, they need only 5 settlements to get 25% extra damage for their units, which is an insane increase. But it also helps you to come to terms with just learning the enemy patterns. The more you learn how to play against an enemy, the better. But compared to camp starts, castle starts are a lot more unforgiving, like I said. Because if you get stuck in your base, and and the enemy AI has, say, the rest of the entire map, then you're going to be in a bad position for the entire game, and that is more true than anything for Angmar. If they don't have many resource settlements outside, then they don't have their access to free economy from the builders, the tribute cards. And I'm not sure how the AI uses tribute cards. I don't know if they get them instantly as they're summoned, or if there's a constant flow of extra economy. I don't know how it works. I have a feeling it's the latter, where they get a constant flow of increased economy, which just inherently makes them stronger. And that is, to be fair, a bit of a problem. It might be worth me asking that to like the Edain team or something, just to get more of an understanding of how the AI manages to do things. It'll help me understand it. It'll help me to educate the rest of you to learn how to understand how the AI gets their cheats, pretty much, in a brief context, how they get their cheats.
My sword is yours.
My sword is yours. That's a plague. Get out. I can't heal you, but I can keep you alive if you leave. The choice is yours. Yeah, because we've been constantly keeping control over the map, we are now just making stupid amounts of economy, and we've got more than we can spend. But obviously that's also because I haven't been able to get the Witch King yet. Let's see. I want to see if Agandaur can do this. If the timer on his invulnerability is long enough. Well, at least at level 7 it's only his base invulnerability. I don't think it is. Yeah, vulnerability is over, and he is now actually not healing that much. We're cutting him down. Now we've actually gotten into melee with him. I probably should have done that as we went into melee. That's fine. But yeah, Agandaur can solo fight a Barrowite, which not many heroes can say they can do. Granted, he is level 7 though, so maybe that's up to a bit of personal favoritism for my custom heroes. Just a bit of favoritism, not much. So we only get 2 chests, and they are just the same. Actually, a little bit more, 300 each. That's really good. Keep in line. We march to victory.
The dark iron weapons are ready.
Slow them down for a second. Drive these 2 fast for his own good.
The enemy is
Not my builders. Oh, there was an avalanche. Agandaur's gonna die. Invulnerability, you can't kill me. Whew. Oh, and of course, because they were sat on here as I was building this, I lost that thing. That is something else they need to try and sort out. I hate that this is a thing, that you can actually lose build plots on basic outposts. That's why some basic outposts aren't worth building with some factions, just because if this building has this or this or this, it doesn't work, and so you don't get anything. It seems really stupid. I hope it's not just me that feels that way. Oh dear, I can't stop that with what I've got right now. I need to actually do something.
We're too low on resources.
I don't want to run back. I'm too lazy. Blackguards, come out here and do something.
You will come to appreciate.
Now, I was thinking of also getting Well of Souls, because he is kind of like the big bad that doesn't really care if his enemies die. Or allies die. Just so long as the blood flows. Kind of like corn.
Bringing the horde together behind me, sire.
The time for talk has
I'm so glad that Agandaur wasn't in the front there.
Our enemies call me
Our resources are in danger.
Okay, no, it's still there. They just weren't attacking. What were they attacking? I have no idea. Agandaur, please stay back. We fight for the Iron Crown.
Fighting has begun.
Now the question is, Angmar or the Witch King or Zafragor? I'm gonna have to go for Zafragor just because he's cheaper.
time for talk has truly passed.
How far did my Blackguards go? Very deep.
Yes, sire. Moving to crush the enemy.
And they still didn't actually destroy it, my god.
Slay the cowardly scum. Finish them.
Who is right?
You failed me, and you deserve death.
The time for talk has
I
truly
can now
passed.
stay back. I don't care if you're near level 10.
Behind me, sire.
Just stay alive.
We fight for the Iron Crown. At your wit. Check their pockets.
Check their pockets.
To me,
I don't know. I thought I told you to stay back. How aggressive can you be? You didn't destroy it. It's still there.
My methods, friend.
Okay, just stay in. Yeah, I wish some of the abilities that the custom creator heroes had actually worked. Because yeah, Well of Souls is an ability that I've always tried to use with these Black Numenorian heroes, but it's never worked. And I've always been sad about that. So I love using these heroes. Because they were the only thing that actually resembled Angmar back in the day, before Angmar actually became a thing. This was around at the beginning of the game.
We spotted enemy troops.
Yeah, I have a feeling the scent doesn't work either. That might just be me though. It might just need to be used on a bigger enemy radius. In the name of the Witch King. And we have a very elite army right here.
We found an enemy camp.
Oh, this soul froze me. It froze my soul. Oh, Moddb is now level 7, so he can throw down the Edict of Carn Dum.
Get ready to build.
Put some Inquisition banners at the front, and now our units are slightly cheaper. You have to say, this battle would be a lot more difficult if it weren't for Agandaur. His constant debuff for enemy units and buff for our units makes him so valuable. It really does. You don't. It's not so much the fact is that the active powers are strong, because they're not really that strong. It just makes him more valuable in combat, which is also very valuable in its own way.
In the name of the Witch King, nothing can stop us. We will retake our homeland.
Nothing can stop us, sire. Oh, they sold for me. That was stop. Agandaur going vulnerable. Let's fall back.
We're on the move. Everyone back to the camp. He will overthrow the west.
My army's still frozen there.
The hills rise wild.
The hills rise wild.
I await the Witch King's command. Get back to work, or you'll be thrown to the
I've been talking so much about the big man. We might as well get him. Witch King, it's your time.
Don't let the trolls set you slack, or you'll be thrown to the wolves.
Get the big man.
We will retake our homeland.
Well, we actually sit and heal.
I know the name of the Witch King.
No, not yet. Don't get to sit and heal yet. Although I am definitely going to avalanche their base after they avalanche my base.
Our resources are in danger.
Let me guess. Siege is always siege. You can't lie to me. It's always siege. Yep, and it's now got ice stones. It survived so long it got promoted.
The enemy is devouring. Get ready to build.
Yeah, Angmar early game into Angmar late game, you have to have that steady transition. And having a hero like Agandaur, if he was an actual hero, I think he'd be overpowered. Not because of just him being cheap with all his abilities, just because of his presence. With the constant armor and damage increase for us and decrease for the enemy. He's a mix between a Nazgul and Gothmog, but both of them. And it also has the powers of half of a hero killer most of the time. But when I use his abilities, being able to become invulnerable, say like with a lightning shield or then lightning armaments, just become stronger for that small period of time, it does make a big difference.
The time for talk has truly passed.
And obviously, if I could have given him lightning abilities, I would have given Agandaur all lightning abilities with massive recharge rates. So you'd always get your ability. You'd always be able to use those powers all the time. You'd be terrible in combat, but you'd be amazing with all the spell casting. Which reminds me a bit of the old bottom mod. The old bottom mod Agandaur with Angmar. I do hope they bring back Angmar in the bottom mod someday. Back when that day happens, I'll probably go back to the mod. Who knows?
Nothing shall stand before us.
Ah, corpse rain! But it killed all the thralls, but it didn't kill the men of Carn Dum.
Their land will be ours.
They're too strong. Ah, they rebuilt it. How about it, maggots?
It does not matter. Our forces have spotted the enemy.
It seems like Slayer's power does definitely not become as strong later on. It seems to last longer though, so might be worth it.
We finished that one.
More testing might be necessary.
We are the heirs of Numenor.
You're very low in numbers. I'm going to take that outpost if they haven't already got rid of the lairs. If they have already got rid of the lairs. I mean, they have. I'm taking this outpost.
Fighting has begun.
2 more heroes to be made. Getting a fully decked out, sleeved out Angmar.
Our new building is ready.
You can get 3 more heroes now. I need to build 2 more recruitment buildings to do it. But I'm going to do it because this Angmar keeps slowing me down. They keep soul freezing me. Which I'm not completely against because it just means I get to play for longer. I keep hearing different quotes from different characters. I don't know what's going on.
We're on the move.
All I know is I see a siege unit and I want to get rid of it.
Every stone. None can stand against us.
We're done with that one. The fighting has begun.
Every stone.
Ready for battle.
Ready for battle.
The time for talk has truly passed.
Oh, sounds like they died. Or they ascended. I can't actually tell. Definitely one of them ascended. It's not like the others are going to ascend there. Oh dear. Got some failures in our midst. I mean, something I could do is train allies, so I always guarantee that traitors turn into things. But that doesn't seem like something that Agandaur would do. He doesn't really train the soldiers, he just makes them into better people. By having them join him. As Imperial legions. Oh, we've... Wow, wow, wow. Look at our command point cap. I think it's safe to say we're not going to get any more heroes. So yeah, let's end it.
Our forces are under attack. Honor is for the weak.
Yeah, the Black Numenorians that didn't ascend are now dead. Get in there.
My master has ordered it.
All our heroes are level 10, I love it. Destroy that barracks.
The enemy is attacking our forces.
What's actually get to Dermar? No, the enforcer does double damage, okay.
The time for talk
Every stone. Destroy it.
Now look at that power!
Nothing shall stand before us.
Hero power! Fanaticism! Blood everywhere! Outbreak of poison. Blight. That's right, AI. How do you like it? How do you like it when you get blighted? Didn't think you'd like it. God. The amount of times I have to deal with blight against Angmar is ridiculous. Now, we didn't get to show off so much of Agandaur, but he can't always show off everything all at once. But I have to say, I do enjoy this creator hero. He is very fun. And that will be it for today. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.